Watch that second board, Reese.
Just never you mind.
My 10 says that he ends up face down in that mud.
Face down or up?
Well, either end.
The lady too?
All right, the lady too.
You're on.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Bennett.
Wasn't your fault, ma'am.
You're just saying that to be nice.
No, I'm not, ma'am.
You need any help, Mr. Bennett?
Take hold of these packages.
Would you be so kind, sir?
Glad to oblige, ma'am. Here you are.
I said the packages.
I heard you. We can't risk having this lovely lady muddy up her skirts now, can we, ma'am? Here, I'll just set you down. There.
I thank you kindly, sir.
My pleasure. Name's Chad Cooper. Might I know to whom I'm addressing myself to?
You want to give me my 10 now?
Later.
Well, this lovely lady didn't fall in the mud like you bet she would. I'd like my 10, please.
I do not appreciate being the source of a wager, sir. I find that crude.
Your packages, ma'am.
Did you see that?
What's that?
Well, the way she crossed over that... Hey, what kind of a thing was that to do to me? I was just beginning to make progress with her.
Sir, you still owe me 10.
Well, sir, I'll bet you 20 I swear it with her. I beg your pardon.
Ding-batted Yahoo.
Well, finally decided to finish crossing the street, huh, Reese?
You better watch that mouth of yours or you're going to get a muddy boot in it.
Be right with you. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. McMillan. You know the governor of New Hampshire personally?
Well, he knows me by reputation as a deputy constable.
And what about the governor of Texas?
He knows the governor of New Hampshire. I met him, though. A real gentleman. Friend of yours, Captain?
Afraid not. Now, why do you want to be a ranger, Mr. McMillan?
To prove a point, Captain. I know law enforcement. I put in 9 years as a deputy constable at home. During that time, I developed some methods, some theories I'd like to put to the test.
Why pick the Texas Rangers?
Meaning no offense, Captain, because this is the most primitive law enforcement agency in the country. I can imagine how difficult your job must be, considering the kind of men you have to take on as rangers. Outlaws looking for amnesty, cutthroats, highwaymen, unwashed, unkempt, filthy, dirty. I beg your pardon, but I'll wager there isn't one man in the entire outfit you could turn your back on. One man you could depend on not to join up with the outlaws he's chasing if the price were right. I think I can help you change all that.
Good horseman, are you?
Very good, if I say so myself.
Can you use a gun? Very nice.
Man could get killed going for his gun like that without warning folks.
You're going to have plenty of time to explain that to him. I'm sending him out with the three of you to hunt down running antelope.
We can't take no Yahoo out on a job like that, Captain.
Antelope, you want a clock?
No.
Don't leave no tracks, Leo.
You like running antelope?
Drive the wagon.
About 24 hours old.
Yeah, that's running antelope, all right.
Why would he burn an empty town?
It wasn't empty when he burned it.
You mean there were people living here that he killed them?
Now, what do you think?
A whole town? How can you be so calm about it?
Well, what good does it do to get all sweated up?
Thing we gotta do is figure out which way he went.
Well, if we spread out, we're sure to find some tracks.
Good idea, eh, Reese?
No. Any fool could figure that out.
I didn't hear you suggest it.
Never saw a man rub Reese the wrong way as easy as this one.
He does, don't he?
Found some wagon tracks. Looks like they were made right before the rainstorm.
Mr. McMillan, do you have Indian blood in you?
No, I don't.
Could have fooled me, finding them tracks so easy. I got $5, says that they square off with each other before we break camp in the morning.
No bet.
Now, like you said, Chad, some men are just born trackers.
Yeah, well, while you're talking, that bunch is getting further away.
Looks like the wagon was heavily laden. Caught a man back in New Hampshire who overloaded his wagon with loot, stealing melons from his neighbors.
Left deep tracks.
Very much like these.
Doggone.
Did you come to ride or gab?
All right, let's move out.
Oh, that Yahoo. Oh. Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Gotta move quick like old-time Indians. Hit here, 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 quick, fast. All kind of places, same time. Get money. Then go sit in Mexico a little long bit.
I ain't going back to no Mexico.
Don't tell Running Antelope what you gonna do. I tell. Less you want be prayed over. Leo, go back over trail. See no posses. Nobody behind. Sammy, Blue Dog, go with Leo. Little Trees, how come you kill blonde lady in that town? You jealous? I like you be jealous sometimes.
You better kill Leo. He like your hat, husband.
Okay.
Why don't you wash every day the way Mr. McMillan does?
Because I ain't no water lily is why. I don't see you in there neither.
That boy does track good.
Yes, he does.
Think an old man with bad eyes lose those wagon tracks on soft prairie.
I think he's got the makings of a real good ranger.
If he fights like he tracks.
Any man baths every day's gotta be soft.
Sits a horse like a jockey.
Got a mind like a steel bear trap, too.
He's really got you two took in good and proper, ain't he?
Did you say something?
No, nothing. That Yahoo makes a ranger, I'll eat my boots.
You think McMillan will turn tail and run when we finally catch up with that Indian?
I wouldn't bet either way.
If we could just get running antelope to sit still long enough, McMillan could talk him to death.
Oh, that Indian's got better sense. Mel makes a pretty good cup of coffee, though.
I made that coffee.
Now that I think on it. Whack!
Peace to Texas is to bring in the best officers the Army has. Men who are aware which way the tide of the future is running, to staff the Rangers with the best men available, trained investigators who know what they're about.
Like you, for instance.
Well, yes. A real Ranger should be a man dedicated to the law. He should know the law inside out. I'd be willing to wager there aren't more than 3 men in the Rangers today who could really read the laws of this state, who, for that matter, could read more than their own names.
Now, that's the truth, ain't it, Joe?
Sad to say, Chad, it is.
Which one you leaving out?
I beg your pardon?
Beg pardon, nothing. There's 4 of us. You said 3 can read. Who you leaving out?
Well, I didn't really mean it that way, Mr. Bennett.
Who you leaving out?
You know, that puts me in mind of the story about the mule. Wanted to get herself an education. Well, sir, that...
McMillan, which one did you leave out?
Shh. You hear something?
I heard him say I can't read.
No, something else. Follow him now.
Well, it seems all they got away with was Mr. Bennett's horse.
Oh! Why, that was the best horse you ever saw in your life. I get my hands on a man who stole that horse, I'll show you all.
Now, Mr. McMillan, you've got to understand about Reese and his horse. Well, they've been together a long time, and he paid plenty for him, too.
You bet your life I did.
Oh, he loves that horse. The fact that he got took when he bought him don't make no never mind to him.
That's right, I paid a lot of... Who got took? That horse is worth every dollar I paid for him.
Oh, doesn't really matter, does it, Reese? He's gone now.
Yeah, well, when I get him back, I'll make you eat them words. We'll find ourselves a couple of horse traders and see what they got to offer. Be more than I paid.
Reese has got a good eye, Mr. McMillan, but not when it comes to horses.
$50 says that horse is worth more than I paid for him.
We haven't even got him back yet, Reese.
I'll get him back. I'll get him back.
Keep talking. Start walking.
Mr. McMillan, I met an old fella down New Hampshire way once. A fella by the name of Buck Shore, I think it was. Do you happen to know him?
Yeah, there was a family named Shore that came from my county. I knew the son, John Shore. Never met the father. California, started a ranch. It's called Sacramento.
I'll skin you alive, horse thief.
Where'd you take my horse? You gonna tell me or wish you did? That horse is worth 2 of you, Snake. I'd just soon leave you here for the buzzards. Now, where did they take my horse? All right.
You seen my brother around lately, Reese?
Been over a year or two.
How was he looking?
Into a noose, the same as you. Now, this is your last chance. Where'd they take my horse?
Last man Reese hanged kicked for 6 hours before he finally died.
See here, you can't do that.
Well, it ain't like he's gonna burn him.
Why, no, a man yells a lot when you burn him.
Well, you can't be serious.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Why, no. Some fellas would take that man, put him up on top of a rock, pull all the slack up, tighten that rope, get some hot coals out of that fire, and stuff them into his pockets.
You see, he's just fine, long as he stands still. But then when the hot gets to him and he starts to wiggle some,
He slips off the rock and
hangs himself. Chad, get some coals out of that fire.
Right.
See that rock over there, Joe?
yeah, that'll do it fine.
Very well. Go ahead. Hang him. But when you do, you may rest assured this entire incident will be in my report in close detail. They'll be gone before you get there.
Where?
Chimney Mesa.
Running antelope there?
There he is. He's probably gonna ride that sorrel of yours. Time you get close enough, you won't want that horse no more. Not with the bow he'll have in his back from carrying that fat engine.
You make bad jokes for a man with a rope around his neck.
Well, I'm gonna hang someplace. Here's okay by me.
Yeah, well, it's going to bother you more to be jailed and tried. Tie him up. I do it, I'd probably break his neck.
Mr. Bennett, it seems you know that man.
A long time.
And his brother was an outlaw, too?
Not half as good at it as Sammy.
You keep strange company for a lawman.
Seems as though they never send me out to bring in no nice people.
We better get him away from Reese before something really happens. Mr. McMillan.
That one ain't no ranger, is he?
Why don't you ask him?
Yes, Mr. Cooper.
Would you mind taking first watch over the prisoner?
I'd be delighted.
Thank you.
Go ahead, ask him.
You a ranger? Yes, I am. You ain't. Because I'm not in favor of torture? Is that why you think I'm not a ranger? Although it may not do you any great good personally, I happen to be the first of a new breed of rangers. Men who will allow their prisoners all their rights. Who will be relentless and brave in the chase, but fair and just once they have their man. I see by the look on your face that sounds like a dream to you, something that could never happen. But I tell you it's coming. As surely as the spring thaw follows the winter's snow. Spring is here. And I give you my word that as long as there is breath in my body, I will speak out for your rights. Your right to fair treatment. Do you realize you're innocent? Legally innocent, I mean. Until proven guilty. You're innocent and should be treated accordingly.
But he got 2 shots into me before I cleared my holster.
You ain't the fastest man I've seen with a gun.
Well, he's buried, and I'm still walking around. Didn't do him no good being that fast.
Not your time to go, George. Time comes. You'll go.
Leo. Now, husband?
Somebody have to dig hole for Leo. Pray over him. Leo want my hat, my place. No brains for my place. Okay? Okay. George. Where's Sammy?
Took by rangers. Got 1 ranger horse. Killed 2 rangers.
You one big liar, Blue Dog.
No lie. Killed 2 rangers.
How many left?
3? Maybe 4?
Ranger's gonna come look for us.
Gonna.
Still warm. Ah, they left plenty of tracks this time.
See any tracks with a broken shoe?
Over here, Reese. They went out that way. The wagon and your horse.
With the engine on them, them tracks ought to be nice and deep, Reese. Easy to trail.
Wasn't carrying nobody. Shallow tracks, you snake.
Truth is, I'm glad for you, Reese. Good horse, that.
Oh, worth at least $5.
Let's get out of here.
They went that way. Toward Bewley.
Looks like we missed some excitement.
Wagon tracks lead inside. Got no more sense than a mule. Letting them lead you off like that. What if you got broken down and good for nothing? Then what I done, huh? Got no more brains than a plow horse.
Got yourself an interest in that fine animal, mister?
Say, what happened out there?
Town was robbed. Gang run a whole herd of beef into town. And when the dust had settled, they cleaned out the bank and gone. Hey, what are you doing to my horse?
Your horse isn't my horse.
Huh. Well, I beg your pardon. That horse belongs to me. My boy bought him from an Indian squaw just a while ago. You saying that horse was stolen?
I didn't sell him.
I got me a bill of sale.
Like I said, mister, this is my horse.
Well, you just have to prove that to the marshal, and I got me a bill of sale.
Go get him. Go get him.
Well, what's going to happen to my $10 I paid for that horse?
Doesn't really matter who he belongs to. The horse is evidence. The marshal will have to confiscate him in either case.
Just keep your mouth shut, McMillan.
Oh, I don't know. McMillan's got a pretty good point there, don't you think, Joe?
Seems like it. We are Texas Rangers, sir. This horse is evidence.
Will you keep your fool mouth shut?
If you was Reese, what would you do, Joe?
Buy my horse back.
Give him $10 for my own horse?
Bought him for 10, sell him for 15.
Paying $15 for my own horse.
Well, he's worth almost that, ain't he?
He's worth 100.
Well, then you got yourself a bargain.
Reese, you all no good for nothing. Who kicked over a stone and turned you loose?
The same skunk pinned that 2-cent tin star on your shirt. Good to see you, Danny.
Good to see you, Reese. Joe?
Sheriff?
Ed?
Hi, Marshal.
Where'd you pick him up?
Stealing horses.
Sammy, after all of them years of you being smart, you had to go get tied into a hanging do.
I ain't hung yet, Denny.
Marshal, I'm Officer Clendon McMillan.
Nice to know you. Danny Moran.
I understand you had some trouble here.
Running antelope in this bunch. Stampeded a herd down to Main Street, cleaned the bank, set fire to the feed store, stole Colonel Alba's old cannon from in front of the courthouse, even took the cannonballs, too. I just can't figure out what you want with that cannon.
Did you get any of them?
Just a squaw. Got her locked up inside.
Ah,
Have you interrogated her?
I would never.
Marshal, I meant have you questioned her?
What for? She'd either say nothing or lie.
Oh, she's approached the right way.
Maybe if you stake her out in the sun for a week or two.
Coffee, boys?
You can spill me a cup. Marshal, I'd like permission to question the woman.
Sure. Let out and ask all the questions you want to. You can lock up old Sammy while you're back there, too, if you don't mind.
Glad to oblige. Oh, don't forget my coffee, Denny.
Make it sound fresh.
2 spoons of sugar.
That man's got loose brains.
You know, I never would have thought the Rangers would...
Why, with all the detective savvy Mr. McMillan has, he might just get that woman to tell him all kinds of things.
He is a shrewd operator.
I could see he was slick right off.
Slick right off. He ain't the one got loose brains. He's only just plain stupid. It's a bunch of you got the loose brains.
Please sit down, ma'am.
Please sit down, man. Ugh.
If you treat her like a lady, she'll act like a lady.
That lady's killed more men than you've ever seen, McMillan. Lady. Huh.
Do you happen to know her name?
Linda Littletrees, Mr. McMillan.
Linda?
Yes.
Linda, do you speak English? Linda, I am a friend of the Indian.
No.
I know how difficult your life is, how little food there was on the reservation, how we... Yes, even though I didn't fire a shot myself, I hold myself personally responsible for killing off the buffalo because my people did it. I do not speak with forked tongue. I am a genuine friend of the Indian, but even more, a friend of yours, Linda. You see, my mother's name is Linda.
I gotta get out of here before I get sick.
Yes, well, perhaps I would make more headway if I questioned her in private, if you gentlemen don't mind.
All right, son. You just keep yourself between her and that door, and your gun out of her reach.
Marshal, I've been a police officer for 9 years.
Well, if you want to see 10, keep your gun out of her reach. Come on, boys.
We'll be at the saloon having a steak, Mr. McMillan. And a drink.
If you help me, Linda, I'll help you.
You want running antelope?
Yes, where is he?
Can't tell. Can show. Not them. Only you, Ranger.
Linda, I'm putting my trust in you. Do you understand that? You won't let me down, will you? Linda, you've been misunderstood. You have a friend now.
Could have took it out of plain orneriness.
Not hardly a cannon, Denny.
Too blame tough to manage just to be ornery.
Y'all didn't run across any survivors from his raid on Planetville, did you? Nobody.
No, and he didn't need a cannon for that. He's got something up his sleeve.
That squaw probably knows.
She's probably got your friend McMillan walking around on the ceiling by now.
Would help if she'd tell him something.
Bad chance of that.
What in blazes that didn't even want with a cannon?
He wants to blow up a bank door.
Oh, you don't need a cannon for that.
Hey, mister, somebody owes me for them 4 steaks.
Let's go, Reese. Now, wait a minute. I paid for them steaks.
That sure was friendly of you, too.
Much obliged.
Sure enjoyed it.
All right, now, come on. Do I have to shake it out of you?
You certainly are tight with $1.
Here.
Here you go, Reese.
That cannon work, Marshal?
Fired last on the 4th of July.
Oh, Mr. McMillan's probably got the whole thing figured out by now. Nothing for us to worry about.
Huh. McMillan?
He ain't here.
Thank you, Sam.
Squaw's gone, too.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Oh, McMillan probably got her to talk and went out to take Antelope single-handed.
Then you think he'll do it, huh?
Sure. Only thing is, I hope he don't mess up that gang too bad. Hate to trail back into Laredo with a lot of busted-up outlaws. Captain wouldn't like that.
See you, Sam.
Hope so, Reese. Reese, what about my prisoner?
You just stay put, Danny. We'll bring that squaw back for you.
Sure, I seen him. Come in here with that squaw. They ran the horse and rode off.
See, I told you, Reese.
He's gonna be lucky if she lets him keep breathing long enough to get out of town.
How long ago?
Oh, about an hour or so.
Is it much further, Linda?
Little bit far.
You'll see, Linda. You'll feel better on the side of law and order. Fresh, clean, and right with the world.
Off that way.
Yeah, right out toward nowhere.
That figures.
Hey, Reese, this way! This way, Reese!
You'll let me know when we're near the hideout.
Didn't we cross these tracks before?
Tracks all over.
Yes, that's true. The iron horse has scarred the landscape with his tracks. Wilderness will vanish, quiet will soon be gone. Leon Summerfield wrote that. Linda, can you read? Have you ever been to school? Your children will have schools, I promise you.
Moving back the way we just come from.
How many of them are there?
Don't know. You better count.
2, 3, and 3 are 6. Fine. Linda, I knew you'd reward me for my trust in you.
No question now. She's doubling back.
Cannon still bother you, Chad?
Maybe Antelope's planning to build himself a fort.
Maybe he figured he can't do enough damage with a 44. Needed something bigger.
She's keeping close to these tracks.
Well, Mr. McMillan would know what that means.
You say that name one more time.
Antelope ever hold up a train, Chad?
Hmm? Well, not that I know of.
It seems like to me that's the only thing big enough to use a cannon on. A train.
And she's headed for the spot.
How in the blazes can you figure he'd steal a cannon just to hold up a train with? You've been out in the sun too long.
Well, I'm for riding up the tracks.
Can't do nothing but cost us a little time. Maybe save us some.
Can't you just hear the captain when you tell him about this? The Indian took a cannon. So right quick we knew he was planning to hold up a train. He'll lock you up just to keep you off the street.
Tracks?
Tracks.
Well, what about McMillan? Somebody's got to go after that big mouth. Well, I'll give it a mile. 1 mile, and that's all.
Little Trees, you're the best squaw I ever had.
I happen to be a Texas Ranger, and you are all under arrest.
I'll humor you two for 1 more mile, and that is all.
Straight ahead.
The train's coming.
Better go get ready now. Gonna be big outlaw like Jesse James when we rob that train. What for shooting?
3 men on horse.
George, you watch this one. Come on.
See anybody?
Nobody.
I can just about make out that cannon.
Where?
Top of the hill.
I can't see anything.
Yeah. You fellas really guessed it lucky.
Lucky. We just figured what Mr. McMillan would do and did the same.
Eh? Well, what do you figure he's doing now?
I know how to fix them, fellas. Grab the back of that cannon and swing it around. What good's that gonna do? You just watch. Come on. Come on, come on. Go off a feet easy with my back, Clyde. Oh, that's it, that's it.
You, know where that cannon is now, Chad?
Yeah, just about.
Got no brain. Cannon only for train.
No brain, George. It was his idea, Antelope. Come on.
Better luck next train. You bring prisoner. We stay here, kill a few Rangers.
It's no use, Mr. Antelope. The game is up. The Texas Rangers always get their man.
Run away, them Rangers. A little bit smart, them Rangers.
Good grass, water on top.
We rest horses. Bring prisoner.
Don't you people feed your prisoners?
Nope. Somebody want to spell me off for a while?
I watch.
Cramp in my leg.
Exercise. A healthy mind and a healthy body.
Rangers know how to run away pretty good.
Turn around.
Where you find a gun, Ranger?
All right, you men. I have your leader and I have a gun.
Where'd he get a gun? Not my gun.
You can't shoot me without hitting him, so throw down your guns. Throw down your guns in the name of the law.
Not gonna throw down no guns, Ranger.
I'll give you to the count of 3. 1, 2...
Three.
You all right?
Well, they just shot him down. Right in front of his wife. They shot him down.
Well, what'd you expect them to do?
You don't just kill your leader. They should have surrendered.
Why? There's lots of leaders around. None of these boys figure anybody's worth hanging for.
Well, they would have got a fair trial.
Would have hanged anyway.
Squaw got away.
She's off hunting up a new husband. This makes the 3rd one she's lost. Anybody want to bury him? Mr. McMillan, get a shovel.
I can't really say that I allowed myself to be captured exactly.
Well, sure you can.
Although I will admit that my plan was to work my way into the gang through the Indian woman.
I don't know how you did it, Mr. McMillan, but you've just outlined your next assignment. Washoe Johnny Blue's putting a gang together in the Badlands. I want you to join them. It's dangerous. I'd ask any other ranger to volunteer, but I know you'd want this assignment. Washoe Johnny's a half-breed. Mean. Kills at the drop of a hat.
Terrible fella.
Yeah, but you picked the right man, Captain. He tracks like an Indian. He's smart.
It's the toughest job any ranger's ever been handed.
Well, Captain, I appreciate your confidence in me, picking me for this assignment. But,
Some problem come up, Mr. McMillan?
I just have to decide where I'm most needed.
Oh, wait a minute. Rangers need good men.
Well, now, so does New Hampshire, Captain. Don't forget that.
If the man has a doubt, Captain.
Well, Reese, you know we don't try and force a man to ride with us.
And there is all those melon thieves.
Captain...
We understand. And we regret losing you as much as you regret going.
Tage leaves in 20 minutes.
That's right. Mr. McMillan, been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure, Captain. Men, goodbye and good luck. And if you ever need me again, well, just holler. Well...
Nice fella.
Sure is. Took a bath every day.